Hello, everyone.
It's a very snowy Saturday.
Yes, welcome to a very chilly, brisk, we're in the middle of winter.
Thanksgiving was
Sunday.
fun. I'm ready for Christmas.
Thanksgiving was really fun. Hopefully you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving if you do partake and celebrate Thanksgiving. If you're a host, I hope it went well. Ours went pretty good.
I got a hit. My mac and cheese didn't turn out.
Yeah.
I forgot to add the flour into my cheese sauce roux. And I was like, this is really nasty. And it's burning. And my cream tasted terrible. And I look over and there's this little bag of flour.
The first thing that happened of the day, Ryan dropped his pie crust and it shattered like a glass window.
My pie was still delicious. It is literally gone.
My stuff I prepared all turned out perfectly. I didn't have any. I think once I spilled like about 2 tablespoons of wild rice on the floor. That's about it.
The turkey this year had butter under it.
Yes,
like under the skin.
I did like an underskin seasoning. It was kind of weird to do, but it ended up paying off for sure. But I argue this is like our best Thanksgiving we've ever hosted. We just up the ante
every
each
year.
time.
We keep getting better. And next year, I'm not going to burn all my mac and cheese.
Well, we weren't even planning on making mac and cheese. That was like the last edition. I made homemade Tangjong rolls, like fresh from scratch rolls. They were so good. I made homemade butter from heavy whipping cream to put onto them, like a garlic butter. We did a wild rice stuffing to kind of just add a little like more earthy flavor that was really good.
It was heaven.
We made Brussels sprouts, carrots.
Oh, I did a ham.
Cheesy cauliflower.
I did a ham.
Ham and a turkey.
I love ham. I am always going to be a ham person over a turkey person. Turkey is delicious. And I love a crispy, crunchy turkey skin and a drummy. You give me a drummy and I'm a very happy camper. But you give me a sticky, sweet ham.
That's that Iowa in you.
Yeah.
But anyways, this is What's Old Sunday. This isn't Thanksgiving recap huddle. This is the week of the 22nd through the 28th. As I kind of said last week, obviously this is kind of a big week for more like retail shopping and more shopping at like regular stores and non-pre-owned item shopping. I would have expected it to be pretty slow. Like I wouldn't have been surprised if sales weren't that good this week. But honestly, my sales week on Posh was actually quite good. And on eBay was kind of as it has been. Like not too bad, but nothing crazy.
I made a good eBay sale. I'm looking into getting an eBay store so I can run little promotions and sales and things. Which feels like, I think eBay is kind of where I want it to be.
Really?
You know, I'm not an eBay jail. Poshmark was average. Not great. I haven't listed anything, but I am taking pictures. I took a bunch of pictures yesterday. I'm going to try to take a bunch more.
Did a little bit of sourcing this week. Just a little.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I did get an emailed threat from eBay. So I think I've canceled like 1 or 2, and that's enough to push me over their like threshold. And they're like, if you want to list something ever again, shape up. And I'm like, okay. So speaking of eBay, on eBay I had 3 sales this week.
I had 3 as well.
And my first sale was this. Oh, it was canceled. So I'm not going to tell you about that. I had 2 sales this week. And all my numbers are wrong. So my actual first sale for this week was this J. Crew 2024 long drapey crepe A-line black maxi dress. This sold for $50. I had this priced more at like $90 because it was a 2025 piece, and obviously like this is a great staple for any kind of celebrations, any kind of parties, whatever. It was satin, which has been pretty trendy lately, but it sold for $50, like I said, which I thought was fair. Now I've had it kind of for a while, and it also either was like a 0 or a 00, so I thought that was pretty fair. And my second and last sale on eBay this week, so I guess my eBay week wasn't that great, was this pair of Salvatore Ferragamo golden metallic striped bow logo detail sandals. These sold for $200, which I thought was great. I had paid up for these back when I was like really trying to bulk up my designer and luxury shoes, which now I've really strayed away from. And this is absolutely a pair that kind of is like the reason I'm straying away from that. Like I've had these for now 3-4 years.
You have had her for
and I paid like $70-$80, so it's just annoying to have that money kind of tied up. Even if they will sell in the end, I don't really want to do stuff like that anymore.
Yeah. Okay, my first on eBay was a international sale. This went to China. She's going to an 80s party in China, which I think is very fun. Vintage 80s preppy long sleeve green floral dress sold for $20. Shipping on this was like $75. Wow. I saw the like year buyer paid 90 something, and I was like, whoa. $20. You know, cute little bin's fine. No biggie. Next, this was the bigger of my 3 eBay sales. This pair of Prada vintage 90s khaki leather ballet buckle mules. These sold for $187.77. These were $50 on some corner of the internet. So I'll take a little triple my dollars and run out the door.
Cute.
They were really cute. I need to kind of get back on my little box of hunting down my little Prada kitten heels.
Yeah.
Because they do, if I can get them for $40-$50, they do sell really well.
Yeah, they do. And they go pretty fast, too.
Yes, they do.
Unlike Ferragamos.
Ferragamos.
Yeah.
That's okay. Next was another really cute kids item. I still do have my little rotating bag of kids things. I have a few in my little pile that I have to photograph. And I'm selling through a lot of the other stuff, which was really nice. Janie and Jack, big, expensive kids bolo. Ski and Tarzia knit long sleeve sweater. Sold for $15. So but like, it was $1.
Perfect.
I'll take a $12 piece for a beer or a coffee or both.
Yeah, you might. One in depending on where you go, you might be able to get both, maybe. My eBay gross for this week was $250.
Mine was $222.77. 2 for 2 twos with 77 cents.
And my eBay net was $212.50.
$189.35.
So yeah, it was not as good as I thought it was. When I thought I had sold the Coach bag, it was over $400, and I was like, "Oh, that's not bad," but it's not that good.
That's okay.
Not that good. But I will say, I have not cross-posted on eBay in forever. I've just been trying to catch up with like listing on Posh, which is like my home base where everything starts. So. No, I have not had time to then also move things over. I'm still catching up on Posh.
I am still catching up because I have not listed anything since August 28th.
And I have that in my journal, so I know.
do. I write it down in my little journal with all my measurements, so I know when I post things. So if I forget a SKU, I can like, oh, that's when I posted it.
So moving on to Posh, again, the week of the 22nd through the 28th. On the 22nd, I had 4.
I had 1.
My first sale was this pair of Pistola Charlie Classic Augustus Straight jeans. The Charlie definitely doesn't do as well as some of the other styles that I sell, like the barrel and some of the wide leg ones, but it still does okay, and especially the certain washes that are sold at Anthropologie. Yeah. These ones sold for $85 and I get $68. Then I sold these Anthropologie Page Sasha ankle cuffed jeans. Debbie and I made a few on Black Friday, a few stops at a Clothes Mentor and Uptown Cheapskate, and literally all I looked at was jeans. And
you are kind of a denim seller.
I'm kind of the denim peddler. These sold for $95 and I get $36. My Page, I pay about as much as I usually do for my Pistolas. It's like a $25 to probably around $35 if it was like a really good like modern barrel something. Otherwise I don't like to go too much farther over that. So that was a great sale. Then I sold this Outdoor Research Astroman short sleeve plaid shirt. Outdoor Research is decently expensive, but it definitely doesn't like hold value like Filson or like some of those other outdoorsy brands, but it can do okay. So it's like a half bolo. Yeah. It's like I don't know what that would be, but
it's a lowercase b bolo.
Be kind of on the lookout. So like a bins bolo. Sold for $25 and I get $20, but it did sell in like 2 days, so that's great. Then I sold this Anthropologie 11's plaid raw hem midi skirt. This sold for $29 and I get $23.20. That was an older piece, but with like academia, Y2K, that stuff being kind of in. The colors, it gave very clueless. I thought it would do okay, and it obviously did okay. Good. So that is it for my 22nd.
My one and only on the 22nd was this Harley Davidson black waffle knit long sleeve shirt. Sold for $32. I make $24.
When you said waffle, it sounded like you said awful.
Waffle.
This awful Harley Davidson. On the 23rd, I had 2.
I had 1.
My first sale was to Cara. Okay. Listen, y'all, because this is it. The beat.
I'm banging is delicious.
Cara did deliver the Fergaliciousness on us. So, Cara purchased these Free People Citizens of Humanity Petra wide trouser pleat jeans. Now, if you'll recall, the most famous reindeer of all, Cara. I'm just kidding. If you'll recall, in the arbitrage with me little blip that we had in some haul at some point, I had picked these up at actually Nordstrom Rack, and I really, really wanted them for moi, for yours truly. They were just like a titch too loose on me, and they were maybe just a titch too wide for how tall I am.
Yes.
Wide leg jeans work like really well on tall people, but like only to an extent.
Yeah.
Once it becomes like too wide,
you kind of look like
you start to become like
you look like one of those things outside of the car dealership.
Start to become like a windsock.
Yeah.
Like
telling the planes which way the wind's blowing.
These are just a little too wide on me, but Cara was like, "That's okay. I will take them into my home."
Yeah, and dang right
she adopted them from me for $250, which
steal.
Sounds crazy. Let me mind you, these retailed for $398. There are like tiers to the luxury like designer denim. So like Silver Lake and Citizens, those retail for like $400.
Yes.
Sometimes higher, sometimes a little lower. There's like Paige that's more of like $300 usually. And then there's Pistola.
Is like mid-tier.
Then there's Pistola, and the retail's usually like $200. So there is this like ladder.
Yeah.
And Citizens are very, very, very expensive. And if you have good Citizen styles, lots of value. Like the Ayla. The Ayla does extremely well as well.
Does. I like the Eva.
Anyways, Cara now has the world's greatest pair of jeans. And she's loving them because she did already leave a love note. She got these, like I said, for $250, so I get $200. And I am so happy Cara got them. I'm happy they went to a safe, loving,
good home.
caring home. Next up, I sold this Sundance 3D floral crystal embroidered sweater. This sold for $49. I get $39.20. This was one that I had been eyeing at turn sale for quite a long time. And so when it went on sale, I was like,
give me that.
It's mine.
My one and only on the 23rd was this Mini Bowden navy blue Sherpa Monster sweatshirt. So cute. Same trip as the Janie and Jack. Sold for $26 full price. I make $20.80.
The kids' clothes are flying.
The kids' clothes.
On the 24th, I had two.
And when?
My first sale was this Lily Pulitzer flamingo sleeveless Harper dress. Again, throwback to a video this past week or 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. This was one of my only like decent finds 2 thread-up boxes ago. Mm-hmm. And like I said, even in bad thread-up boxes, you usually can make your money back.
Yeah, you get a
this
little
sold for
something.
$62, so I get $49.60. The box cost me $70.
There you go.
I consigned a bunch of it, and they did take it.
You're good.
I think I have one or two other things I did list. So like, even in a bad one,
you don't lose.
It's not a huge gamble.
Which I appreciate.
Which
that
is
they,
good.
Like throw you a bone.
It's it's nice that it does seem like they pay attention to like making sure you get like at least two things that are like okay. Yeah, I don't know if that's true. If it's really just by chance, who knows? One of these days we'll probably get one where it's just like. My next sale was this Anthropologie Maeve Jessica fuzzy knit cardigan. This sold for $36 and I get $28.80. That would have been a really good Thanksgiving color.
Oh, it would have. My one and only on the 24th was something from my own personal collection. I loved this necklace, but it's very overstimulating. When I wear it at school, I feel like it's like right around my neck, and I like.
You are now the Labubu hanging around the keychain.
I kind of am.
When you wear them.
I kind of am. It was this Betsy Johnson back to school teaching necklace. I bought this at like TJ Maxx. Sold for $40, which I think is pretty good for a little TJ Maxx Betsy moment. I make $32.
You have quite a few cute school Betsy jewelry pieces.
I love my Betsy Johnson school time jewelry. I have like all the little pencil bangles.
Those are so cute.
Love them.
And if you get all the different colors, it's like you have a box of colored pencils like wrapped around your arm.
Betsy, if you're listening, do a crayon one.
Betsy, can you hear me?
Do a crayon one.
That'd be cute.
Yeah.
On the 25th, I again had two.
I need a name. What day is the 25th? Tuesday? I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Wow! So my first sale was again from a recent video. This was a bins haul find. This was this packed drawstring pair of twill cotton daily pants. Sold for $30, I get $24. Again, can't expect a ton for packed, but it does have like a following. The girlies that like the natural fabric. Which I totally love.
I love a natural fabric.
Me too. As I'm in straight up polyester.
I think this is 100% cotton. This is old.
Probably. Did anyone notice?
I think it's ice cream. I think it's froyo.
I am in like a pajama shirt today, and Ryan is in a used.
I'm a star!
A worn shirt.
I love this shirt.
He did sleep in this and eat dinner in this, so.
It wasn't dinner, it was dessert.
Didn't you wore it to dinner too?
Oh, I did wear it to dinner. Yes, I did. So it might be a piece.
So yeah, this is like a good like after Thanksgiving. We're just relaxing. Coffee's off the screen right over there.
I got a lime Diet Coke waiting for me.
It was a lot of work to host, okay? Like, we made a lot of food. It was stressful. And then my grandma showed up early, and I was like...
Oh, Lord.
Nothing's done. Nothing's ready. Anyways, next up, my sale on the 25th, my last one, was this Co. cashmere wool knit button cardigan. Co. is a very expensive brand. Not to be mixed up with COS. Though, equally, if you see either of them, grab them both.
Equally as plentiful.
Though they do have... very different values and retail prices. This sold for $150 and I will get $120. Co is a little bit like trickier of a sell, but it is like so expensive.
It's really nice stuff.
That cardigan would have been like, honestly, probably almost $2,000 new. Co is real pricey. Real pricey.
That's a lot.
On the 26th, things stepped up a bit and I had 7 sales.
My first on the 26th was something again for my own personal collection. It was too short in the arms and it bothered me. American Airlines vintage white crew neck sweatshirt sold for $30. I make 24.
That was very cute.
Next was this Mavrans Fruta Bamba pink printed short sleeve shirt sold for $25. I make 20.
That's that one that we weirdly have both found. We've both found that exact print, and that's the only thing either of us have ever found from that brand.
I don't really get it.
I think they were maybe the same size. Mine sold first, even though I found it last, which is kind of strange.
Very.
Your marketing team is kind of...
not very good.
Lacking, I guess. So my first sale went to a common name on the channel, Robbie. Robbie popped in, Pegasus City, and he got this Banana Republic 2022 dark denim chore coat. This was stunning. If I was more of a like denim jacket person, this would have never left this house.
My jean jacket.
I never have been able to pull off denim jackets. I think it's like I got the jean for the leather jacket. I can do that. I can pull off almost any leather jacket, but like the denim. You're more the denim girly.
I love denim.
So anyways, Robbie got this for $45 and I get $36. This was like a super, super modern piece from like, I think it was like 2 years ago or something, which makes sense.
Doesn't it say 2022?
Yes. Yes, it does. So it's from 3 years ago. If you take 25.
If you're here and I'm there.
If you take 25 and you subtract 22, you gotta carry that. The one... It's like a number greater than 2. 3 years. 3 years. I think it was 3 years ago.
Look at that. Life.
So thank you so much, Robbie. Yes. Next up, I sold this ASTR Zaria pleated halter midi black linen dress. This sold for $25. I get $20. I really should just consign all ASTR.
It's cute.
When I find nice pieces with nice fabrics in cute styles, I'm always like, I'm gonna give this a shot. It retails for a lot.
I take it to Uptown.
But like this one, to wait for quite a while and only sell it for $25 is kind of like, I could have just consigned that.
That part, you know?
Maybe if it was, because I think super, super rarely it can be an Anthro. Super rarely it can be at Evereve. Those I would obviously do.
I'd Google it.
Yeah. Next up, American Eagle low, baggy, relaxed, wide leg jeans.
Can we talk about how Martha Stewart is the new American Eagle spokesperson?
Yes. I think it was announced on Thanksgiving, Martha Stewart, who, a little look into our personal lives.
I love Martha
All
Stewart.
we've been watching on YouTube for like a month
is Martha
Stewart like recipes and cooking videos. Not like specifically to prep for Thanksgiving. We've just been watching them because they're fun to watch.
Peaceful, and I love eating.
And she's so like clever and she's so calm.
I love Martha. I was raised in a Martha Stewart household. My mom, like, we ate all her recipes. We had her mixing bowls. We had all her little fixins. So Martha holds a very special place in my stain.
And now she's like low key owned by Home Goods. So I own a lot of Martha Stewart Halloween decor.
Yes, we do have a lot of Martha has a grip on this house.
Yes, has a chokehold on the Valentine household. But anyways, yeah, Martha Stewart is the new face of American Eagle. She had a denim turkey and denim carrots, and they also had like a denim KitchenAid. It was pretty awesome.
It was so good.
So she helped me sell these $29 jeans.
Love.
I will get $23.20. I'll just like Photoshop onto all my new American Eagle models, just like Martha Stewart's head from like different specials.
She looks great for 84.
She is gorgeous. So then Ariana popped in, another common name on the channel. Ariana had been perusing at this Sundance Gatherer suede blue tassel tote for quite a while. But she pulled the trigger once I found those Lululemon Align really cute houndstooth leggings. Those were adorable, perfect for like your winter workouts.
Oh, yeah.
A beautiful, like, blue color.
Or just staying at home.
Yeah, or just enjoying the holidays at
Literally,
home.
looking at the winter from inside.
Yes, keeping warm. Sold for $90. I get $72. So thank you to Ariana. She also, I think, said she's a host. I've found that a lot of our viewers are Thanksgiving hosts.
I feel like there's a big crossover.
Resellers.
People that go to the thrift store a lot and people that host
and
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving hosts, yeah, because our Ben's friend Joel, his family hosts.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like everyone in our like circle is a host. We're all just very talented.
I just like eating.
Beautiful cooks, what can I say? Next up, I sold these Valentino V logo white leather lugged loafers. These are another thing. That if these were my size,
these were really cute.
They wouldn't leave this house.
Very cute.
But these were women's, so they were definitely not my size. Sold for $375. I get 30. I actually did at one point show these in an arbitrage haul. So I probably told you guys what I paid. It was probably, I think it was like 105, which I thought was really fair for these. Like, these are still on the website, so that is great. Next up, I sold this Eloquii gold sequin off-shoulder holiday dress. This sold for $24. I get $19.20. Eloquii is not something I really ever pick up.
I love to take it to consignment stores.
Yeah, me too.
It's really cute stuff.
It's a really like well-known, respected plus size brand, but it's just like resale-wise, I don't think it has like a ton of value. Yeah,
there are some pieces that like would do pretty good.
I was gonna say I've actually seen like a slight,
but
uptick,
most of it,
slight uptick in Torrid if it's like really cute or really modern. It's been doing a little better than maybe like last year.
Yeah,
I knew this piece would obviously like sell during this season though, and it was a Ben's find, so it wasn't like a huge risk. Then, near and dear to our heart and our home, Mill. I sold a Mill piece, Mille it is. Renata ruffle belted button ruffle. If you didn't know, there's ruffles on it. Trench coat. This sold for $233. This actually was also sold at
American Eagle.
This was not. This is a Martha Stewart staple. This was sold at Anthropology also. Mill is quite frequently. Mill can also be at Tuckernuck. It can also be at Ever Eve. It is kind of a world traveling gal.
She really do be.
So I get $186.40 for that. This sold under Mill, though. Again, kind of the weird trend of like things not selling under Anthro, selling under themselves. So on the 27th, what?
I had one as well. My one and only was a suit that didn't fit me because my badonkadonk was too big. ASOS blue plaid slim fit wool blend suit. I found this at Goodwill years ago.
You're just too busty for it.
I am. I'm too thick. I got too much junk in the trunk. Sold for $60. I make $46.50.
My only on the 27th was this pair of Free People and Jeffrey Campbell leather wooden clogs. These sold for $44. I get $35.20. Those were like a bit older. They have a pretty old model picture, but clogs are totally like back in, I feel like. On the last day of this What Sold Sunday, the 28th, I had
one fun sale. My one and only was a good little brand, and I found this in the bins. It was a new tag Marina Rinaldi plus size Max Mara green pleated skirt. This is perfect for the holidays. These retail like all Max Mara for like $700. They were so expensive. This one sold for $79. Which like as a bin's fine. Perfect.
I one time looked up the lore of Marina Rinaldi with Max Mara, and I don't really remember it that much. Yeah, it was like
it's a relative.
And it's
like a plus sized Max Mara.
Yes, and then it kind of got absorbed into like the Max Mara.
Yeah,
like
he took it over.
But it still
it's nice
exists.
Stuff.
Marina Rinaldi, I would not list it under Max Mara. Like, I wouldn't pick that as the brand. Like I would with, say, like, Weekend Max Mara, S Max Mara, Mara by Max Mara, Mara, Max.
Sarah Mara.
They do have a lot of lines. But the ones that, like, have Max Mara in the name, I will put under Max Mara because I feel like it just helps them be seen more often. But Marina Rinaldi is maybe a little more of an offshoot, and people are specifically looking for like the plus size stuff, so I'd list that under its own brand. Anyways, I'll get off my
your short backs.
Yes. My first on the 28th, a really good one. Burberry wool plaid Y2K new Burberry plaid check
Interesting.
hat. Okay, this is actually funny. So I had grabbed this in the bins, just seeing like the look of it.
The vibe.
For Ryan. I was like, oh my gosh, it's like a plaid news girl, whatever hat. And then I flip it over and I'm like, Nope, it's Burberry.
Oh, she's a Burberry.
I think I'll hold on to this. And I think the day I found this, one of our Bins friends also found a Burberry hat. So this sold for $115 and I get $92, which is great. I had it listed for like $150. So $115 was pretty good, and it cost me like $1. Then I sold this Banana Republic 2024 cashmere rugby polo sweater. This sold for $40. I get $32. That was a really good one. You might have found this at Unique.
Yes, I
and
did.
Picked it up for me. It was like maybe $9 or $10.
Yes, I did. I found this at Salvation Army.
Totally worth it. Then, probably my favorite style of pistolas, Anthropologie Pistola Lexi Mid-Rise Bowed Barrel-Leg Jeans. These sold within, I would say, 6 hours for $93. And I get $74.40, so the Lexi is still going strong.
Good for her, man.
Then I sold these Saint Laurent suede leather moccasin boots. These sold for $275. I get $220. These were more of a recent pickup. And as I said, I'm like moving a bit away from the designer shoes. Saint Laurent's actually a little tougher to sell, but I was like, suede,
these are cute.
Fringe, I'm gonna give them a shot.
2010s boho.
They sold quite quickly, so that is great. Then speaking of Torrid, this was a good Torrid piece. Torrid strappy black intimate sexy chemise.
Love.
Mini dress thingy. This sold
Mini dress doodad.
for $30 and I get 24, and that had a lot of likes. I've noticed kind of like intimate style Torrid has always done pretty well. So that is it for my sales.
Poshmark.
My Poshmark gross for this week was $2,229.
$283. That will go up next week after I list a thing or two, hopefully.
Yes. And my Poshmark net was $1,783.20.
$226.40. Which I'm not mad at. I'll take my little $200 and run all the way to the bank.
Yes. So that is all that we have for you guys today. Coming up this next week, of course, there will be a Bins haul at some point, and I don't think I've really figured out what else we're doing. We're not going to do another ThredUp box probably until like the week of Christmas, which is really not that far away.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks on Monday, 24 days.
At the latest be the next one. We're hoping to each have one for that, but we'll see. Obviously, the rescue box is like, you're not in control of when they're listed. So we will see you guys when you choose to see us next.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.